I'm Josh Virdee, and this is Neutral Zone.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, friend.
Thanks for being here.
It's all right.
We're going to jump straight in and ask you, how much of your identity do you think is tied to our profession or to dentistry, being a dentist?
Today, probably not much at all. Like when I first graduated, a lot more, I would say. But today, not at all, actually.
Not just because it's a Sunday.
No, I'd just say in general, I think you grow out of it.
How many years have you been graduated now?
Almost 10 years now.
What do you mean by growing out of it?
I think when you first graduate, it's like you turn from being a student to an adult, and you have these new responsibilities, and you're earning this money, and you have like a newfound freedom. And it's like, what do you do with it? So you kind of
DDU badge that says Dr. Virdee on it.
Put it on Facebook, and you evade it. But I think any human being, when they get that type of responsibility and that title, it all kind of change you. It makes you mature just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to kind of like work your way through it. I would say I do feel like when I first graduated, it was probably a part of my identity. Like when we used to go out on nights out, we used to have this thing. This is so crazy.
I know what you're going to say.
We used to have this thing like, and we used to say, "Oh, we dropped the D card," which is like the dentist card. And like it's horrible.
Up a girl.
Yeah, it's horrible to think that, but that's the reality of it.
Uh-huh.
And I suppose you got to go through the journey of maturing to realize that was stupid.
It's just a job.
Yeah, it is just a job. And I think like, still to this day, I see people who I can tell their identity is their dentistry. And I feel sorry for them because it's not a way to live.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not a way to live.
Well, if you're not a dentist, who else would you identify as being? Like, what other roles have you got then?
I'd say I'm Josh from Leicester, like massive family person. I'm very proud that I'm from like a dual heritage background. Like my dad's born in Africa, but raised in India, Punjabi, Sikh. And my mom's an Irish Catholic, born and raised in Corby. So it's like two different worlds.
Yeah, massively different.
And I love that because it's kind of exposed me to two different worlds. And it's meant that I've kind of learned to just respect anyone, really. And I'd say that's my identity, that's how I was brought up in like a very like loving and close family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say also that's where I get a lot of my confidence from, is like my close-knit family. So I'd say that's where I'm today.
Who you are,
Yeah.
Josh the dentist.
Mm.
Always drives me mad when someone introduces you and they're like, "Oh, this is Josh. She's a dentist."
Yeah. Well,
And you're in London now.
yeah.
What brought you here?
Well, I graduated in Sheffield, and then after Sheffield, I went back to Leicester, where I'm from, and I worked for about 5 or 6 years. But then during that time, all the guys were here, like living life, partying. And I always had a bit of FOMO. I thought, oh, I want to do that one day. And I suppose it got to a point after being in Leicester for 5 years where I just kind of got fed up. I felt like I'd achieved everything. And where else do you go? Where else do you move to from Leicester if you're going to stay in England? And London was the place.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved here 4 years ago.
Is that what it is?
Feels like long though. Feels like long.
Well, you've done pretty well for 4 years. You now work in Harrods.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that always on the plan?
Honestly, like it is interesting. I think starting off as an associate 4 years ago, did I think I'd be here? Yeah, I think like, to be honest with you, when people say, "Oh, like you're doing amazing, you're working," I don't see that as a massive achievement for some reason. I think there's other things in life to like take as an achievement, whereas like just working somewhere, doesn't make me feel better as a person. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's a natural course of what's happened, but I don't think it's that amazing.
What gives you pride in the job? What makes you like, "Oh, that was a good day"?
Getting better. I love just getting better. That is it. Like, obviously, like making people happy is a massive part of it, because you can do something amazing, but if they're not happy, it's the worst feeling ever. It's that dreaded message, "Oh, this person sent an email because of you forgot to do this or you didn't do that." So I'd say like, number one, getting better every day and just doing something cool. Like for me, I just think if you're going to do something, do it the best way and just get better at it. And that's probably what I find most enjoyable, but also just making people happy.
But you do love it though.
I do love it. I do love
I
it.
think if you have to love it to want to do it better.
Yeah, true. No, I definitely, I just find it very satisfying. It's like that dopamine release, isn't it? You're just doing something that just looks good and works good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just find it's anything. It's in my day, I need a challenge. It's like if I have the day off, like let's say I have a day off, I wake up in the morning, go to the gym, go for a walk, grab a coffee. And then by 4, I'm like, okay, now what? I'm bored now. I need to do something. Or it's like when I go on holiday for 6 days, day 7, I'm like, I feel a bit crap. I just feel like I've not achieved.
Momentum.
Yeah, I've not achieved anything. So I feel like it's important to have those things in your day to like kind of balance it out, to give you that good feeling. Like too much holiday and too much doing nothing, I just think for me, it's not healthy.
Mm-hmm. If you look back at you being a little boy, would people say he's going to be a dentist?
I think when I was a little boy, probably not, to be honest with you.
What were you into?
I was into like cars and football. But like when I was a little boy, I remember like at school, I had like a teaching assistant / helper in class. So,
just for you?
Yeah. And they're like in your class, like some kids would have someone.
Additional support.
Yeah, I had that. Not like that was only in primary school, like the first couple of years. So I don't think anyone ever thought I'd be like super like studious.
Why did you need the extra support?
I don't know. I just remember having it.
Shy or...
I just remember, I don't think it was shy. I just think it was probably more to do with the fact that maybe like I wasn't behaving like, wasn't like a horrible kid, but maybe, I don't know, my attention wasn't there, but I clearly remember that.
Baby.
Yeah. So I don't think anyone would have thought that. But then when I was 15, how old when you do your GCSEs? But
Yeah, 15, 16. Yeah. You're choosing them at 14.
It was year 11 before the start of year 11, however old I was. Something just happened. I was like, right, I want to be comfortable in life. I want to be comfortable. Like I want to be able to have what I want.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be like a millionaire or like, it was nothing like that. I just wanted to be comfortable. I was like, okay, who do I know that's comfortable? There's that guy and there's that guy. What do they do? Oh, they do this and they do that. Let me do one of those things. And then I kind of just got, from that point, I just got tunnel vision. And like GCSEs, those are the days where like GCSEs, you had a book. And if you learned that book back to front, you'd do really well in your exams. And all it took was 2 or 3 days of learning this book and you could do really well.
Yeah, parrot fashion.
That's how I learn. Yeah. I think I'm blessed that I do, maybe not so much now, but I had photographic memory. Like I could remember the sheet that it was on. And so year 11 just kicked into action, did pretty well in my GCSEs. And then A-levels, or actually the start of A-levels, my first set of exams, I got like EDBA or something. Mm-hmm. And those are the days where you got your results in January. You split it into, modular. I remember lying in bed like, no, I'm not letting this happen. And then from that day, no one at college saw me. I was in the library every day revising. Whenever I see my old friends from like college, I always like see those days. It's worth it now, isn't it?
It's a really tricky part of your life because 2 years, if you knuckle down, changes everything.
Yeah. And I am the sort of person that if I tell myself I'm going to do something, I will do it. I can't say there's much in my life that I've told myself I'm going to do and not done it. And I feel everyone has that power. I feel like if you put your mind to something, you can do it because there's just certain steps you got to take to get there.
Day to day now then in your job, which bits do you find the most difficult?
I think only most recently is meeting clients who have very high expectations and you're charging a lot of money for it, but at the same time that they're quite anxious as well. That's the hardest. If I've got a client that's chilled, then it's fine, to be honest with you. I really hit like a flow state. But I do find when you get clients who are anxious, it adds an extra layer of uncertainty to it. But I'd actually say that's these days when I'm doing dentistry, the only time that I'm under a little bit of pressure is when the patient is super anxious. If I've got a patient who's just like super chilled, which is most of the time, it's actually you touch wood, I'm blessed. I find it quite easy. But yeah,
You say your patients are only anxious sometimes.
yeah.
I'd say the opposite in mine.
Can you?
That's because it's cosmetic.
It's amazing that you get a client that's super anxious about dentistry or dental phobic, as they would say, but the second they want something, the dental phobia is out the window. Is amazing. You see that with clients, and on top of that, imagine I have some clients that travel in to have composite bonding done, and they've never met me before, and they're flying in, having composite, and then leaving. Imagine what type of person you have to be to not be like ruined with anxiety or like scared, or you're going to go meet someone for the first time. So you just know they're chilled. They're very relaxed.
And you can do your best work.
Yeah,
exactly. Those patients.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can't, obviously, like, when someone is anxious, you do just kind of have to accept it and go with it. That's just a part of it, isn't it?
How do you deal with the anxious ones?
Extra time.
Extra time.
Extra time. But also, for example, if I'm doing like a smile makeover on someone who is like that, or even just like basic restorative treatment, before I start, I'm just telling them, I'm not painting a bad scene, because that's even worse. You make it too scary for them. But I'm just telling them, okay, this is how it's going to feel. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's normal. Or if they're having their teeth done, I'll tell them at the end, do not expect to like them. It's fine. It's completely okay. Out of 10 clients that I do a makeover on, I'd say 2 or 3 love it instantly. It's actually quite rare for someone to love it instantly.
So all those videos we see where they cry.
Yeah, that's why you don't. That's how none of my videos. So honestly, I think just if someone knows, because imagine you don't tell someone, all right, you're about to give me £5,000 to change how your face looks. I imagine they don't know that the reality is it's going to be a bit underwhelming when they finally see it. Imagine the feeling like, oh no, what have I done? Is this the right thing? But if you've told them before that, oh, well, he did say that, okay. And lo and behold, 2-3 days later on, they love it.
So you're managing their expectations.
Yeah.
For big
Yeah.
If they're flying in, do you have like video calls before?
Yeah, 100%. Video calls, photos, just kind of, and to be honest with you, what I do these days is if they are flying in, I try and get them to fly in, and I'll see them on a Monday for like an in-person consult, and then do the treatment on a Wednesday.
Mm.
And most of the time they fly out, or I even tell them, if you are coming, stay an extra day and come back for a review afterwards.
Yeah, a few restaurant recommendations.
Yeah, even, I don't know if you've seen, like, if someone does fly, I like to make like an itinerary type thing, because they're putting a lot of effort. Like, it's pretty mad that someone's booking flights, booking hotels, spending a lot of money for you to do their teeth. Like, I think you need to reciprocate and try and make it as comfortable and as easy for them. Do
you have cases where the patient's happy, but you're not?
I would probably say out of 10 cases, that happens about 8 times.
So you're never happy?
It's honestly the amount of times I look at a case and go, wow, I nailed it. On the day of doing it, never. I would say when they come back for a review, I'm like, oh, actually, wait, that looks pretty good. Oh, why was I like panicking? Like, the amount of times I'm like panicking over a case and it comes back, I'm like, wow, did a good job.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty good. I think when you're staring at something for so long, you lose sight of like what it used to look like and how it looks now. And that's why I even, like, if I think that, how's a client going to love it straight away? They just need time to adjust to it and kind of realize. But I even do things like now that I have my photos on my camera and I have my photos on my mobile phone, and I do mobile phone ones so that as soon as I'm finished, I send them the mobile phone ones straight away. Because I think when you've had something big done and you go home and your mom says, it looks the same.
The before and afters are given to them immediately.
Does it look the same? Because I think that psychology is that, like, when someone gets their teeth done, when they leave, what the first 5 people say is really important. Mm. And because I've seen it, it's done something amazing, someone loves it, and then someone says something. So I'll take phone photos, send it to them. So if someone does turn around and say, looks the same, I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's actually a lot better.
Mm. So I'm guessing you're a perfectionist.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you control that? Because there's a limit, isn't there? We all know it's not possible.
You learn to control it, I think. You learn to control it, and you learn to realize that actually, if you achieve a perfection, it's okay. But if you're trying to achieve perfection to get better, then it's fine. So I'm at the point now where if I don't achieve perfection, I'm not like crying about it. I'll still go home and sleep okay. These days, I very rarely go home and like worry about it. Like earlier on, I used to. I think that's how I got quite good, to be honest. Like the night before a case, I would look at someone's teeth and decide what I'm doing and visualize what I'm going to do. But I don't these days because it's too much.
And you've got the experience.
Yeah, it's true. You do learn from like people's reactions. You get to read people. I think that's probably one of the most like underrated things about dentistry is meeting people, connecting with people. Nothing feels better than when you meet a patient and you connect with them on a level and you actually have like a nice understanding with them. But then also you just learn from them, like the psychology.
You can enjoy doing the work if you know that.
Yeah.
Not that they're chilled, but if you know that you've clicked and sometimes you do just meet people, don't you, where they trust you implicitly on the off, something just clicks and then you can just ease into it.
Yeah. And I think it's important for me to only do dentistry on people that I feel like I have that with. Sometimes it is hard to do that because when you do cosmetic dentistry, you don't get to meet people too much, but you get a vibe straight away. That's one thing I miss about general practice is you build relationships with people to the point where someone comes in and they've broken a tooth. Before they come in, they know what they're having. They know they're having an onlay. They know they're having a CEREC onlay. There's no, sometimes they just book straight in for it. And that's when the trust is there.
How long is one of your like average procedures now?
Like 3-4 hours. Yeah.
I find that intense, like the thought of that even.
It is, because imagine you've had a day where you've done 2 cases.
Back to back, no break.
An hour, you could have an hour's break. Sometimes you don't, but an hour's break. And then you get home at 7 o'clock, and then your girlfriend's sat there, and it's like, she wants some energy as well, but it's like the energy is gone.
Exact.
So you just have to kind of learn that. So that's the difficult part. They just take a lot out of dentistry.
Just about like mental drain.
Yeah, like it's crazy. That's why you need to have rest days. And I think like something I learned about myself recently is for the first time I found out my limit.
What's your limit?
7 days. so it's not. But I found it was for the first time that I could say that I burnt out. And I got to a point where like I wasn't enjoying dentistry.
Recently?
Yeah, in December. It was
December?
Yeah. And the timing was good because I think I finished December 19th and then I went to Zanzibar with my family for 8 nights.
Nice.
And that holiday literally saved my life. Saved my life because it got to a point where I was like, just what I had done is because I was going to Zanzibar on December 19th, it meant that in December I'd lost 11 days of work. And I'm in a mindset now, especially that I'm more involved in the business, that it's not, the crazy thing is, it's not even to get a certain amount of money. It's more just thinking of like is the business going to be okay? It's the overheads, it's keeping it going. So in September, I set up my diary for October, November, December, and I worked every day in December. I think I've ever had 1 day off until I left.
Well, 18 days straight.
I think in those days I had one day off. Yeah.
And you've realized how much rest matters.
Yeah. And that, I think that when that holiday came, I was like, wow, this is.
What were the symptoms?
The symptoms are you have no patience. You have no patience for nothing. So patience in the sense that like someone calls up and says, I'm not happy because of this. I've not had my retainer. And they say, oh, can you call this patient just because they're a bit, I'm like, I actually don't have the mental space to deal with that right now. I haven't got the patience. Or when there's some drama going on, you don't have any mental space for it. And then when you come home, you need silence. You just need pure silence. And then
dark room, lie down.
Yeah. And when you don't get it, it's like if someone's talking to you, it's like they're shouting at you. And there's just no rest. So yeah, you gotta. That was the first time that's happened. So like, it did teach me my limits, and I think I look at it in a way. It's good to know your limits. Right?
It's like if you were training for a boxing match, they have scheduled rest
Yeah.
and recovery and all these extra
Yeah.
things. And if you're not looking after your brain in the same way, and even your eyes, staring at that all day.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because like I experienced like really dry eyes, really dry. I never had this before. Like my eyes get
You're not blinking.
really dry and itchy. And I'm like, what's going on? Like I have eye drops now. I literally use eye drops. So and then what also happens is like I said to you before, my identity is not dentistry. My identity is my family, is like my life, my social life outside is like going relationship, going to cool restaurants, going on holidays, playing football, going to the gym. All of a sudden, you spend all this time not doing the things that you like and the things that make you feel good. It's not a good.
What are you working hard for?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
If you're not getting the validation from being a busy dentist. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, then you ask yourself the question, is it worth it? Or why am I even doing this? But it's my own fault. I didn't need to do that. No one told me I needed to do that. I didn't need to do that.
Why do you think you ended up in that scenario then?
Because like I said before, I'm the sort of person, if you're going to do something, do it properly.
Threw yourself in.
Just do it properly. Like that's just how I am. If I
all or nothing.
All or nothing with everything in my life. So you might meet me one day and I'm jogging 5Ks a week and going gym 3 days a week and eating chicken and broccoli. I'll do that for about 4 months. Then I'll have 4 months of not going gym. Yeah, so I think I suppose it's a fault, but it's also a positive at the same time.
It is, if you know how to control it.
But that's it. That's life. That's the journey.
That's learning. What do you think your ideal week would be if you could design it then?
I think you have to be realistic and say that if you are trying to build a business, then your ideal week is going to be different.
I mean, an associate would have a different answer to
of course. Like when I was an associate, I used to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I had Tuesday and Thursday off.
Nice.
It's the best life ever. But I'll tell you, just like these days, sometimes I have moments where I'm like not feeling good about what I'm doing. I wouldn't call it anxiety, but like, I'm like, oh, is that right? So am I happy doing this? When I was an associate working 3 days a week, earning very good money, I had the same bad feeling. I'm not achieving enough. I'm not doing enough. Why am I working for someone? What am I doing in life? So you start to realize whatever you do, you're going to have...
for having the 2 days off or not really?
No, it wasn't guilt. It was more just the fact that like, how am I, by working 3 days a week, how am I advancing in life? So how am I, there's not enough, where's the challenge? Where's the challenge? So I remember sitting in bed and thinking like,
Sounds like you plateaued.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you need things to like chop and change it a little sometimes.
Do you ever feel out of your depth now? Or is it more the workload than the...
So I would say like recently, so I mentioned before, like my role has slightly changed. So I used to be an associate. Now I'm in the business, and being in the business, you have other duties. And one of those duties is you have shareholders meetings. And when you have those shareholders meetings, or in those meetings with people who aren't dentists, so we're all shareholders. They're non-clinical, and they are from a complete different background. And when they're sat there talking about pure numbers and just like looking at a spreadsheet, like they're reading like an alphabet, and I'm like, it's just going straight over my head. But at the same time, even though I'm completely out of my depth, I'm learning. I'm fine with that. I don't feel like I have to like...
That's a different language, isn't it? They don't know yours.
Yeah, exactly that. So I don't feel like in those situations, even though I feel like I'm out of my depth in the finance part of it, I don't feel like I'm in the wrong place, or I don't feel like I need to speak to fill space. I'm happy to sit there and listen and just understand like what they're talking about.
And that's how you learn, isn't it? Being put into scenarios that you haven't been before.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? It's a variation.
You've mentioned a few little things, Josh, but how would you say you look after yourself, like mind, body, soul?
For me, I think like eating healthy, exercising, walking, using the sauna. I love using the sauna. I love like contrast therapy. Like it gives me a little buzz. Not like an ice bath, but just like sauna, cold shower, going out for like long walks, like trying out a new coffee shop. Just basic stuff, really.
Yeah,
Seeing my niece and nephews,
Oh,
nieces and nephew like that. I'd say like in my life now, that's probably the one thing that, not one thing, but it's one thing that gives me like
a big joy.
a lot of joy. Yeah.
You only have to listen to a child for half an hour and you're no one on you.
Yeah.
It's humbling.
Yeah.
Have you had any setbacks so far?
Yeah, I would say my life probably up until 2 years ago was like going very well and very like, I had a good life. Like I didn't have any setbacks up until that point. Working as an associate, doing 3 days, earning good money. And then unfortunately 2 years ago, my sister passed away. And that kind of was the first time that it was like a serious setback. And like, as I said before, like I get a lot of my like core happiness and confidence from my family. So you just go through a whole journey from that point. And it's just one of those things. I think since then, that's when stuff's kind of changed. And then that's kind of timed in with the fact that that happened. And then I kind of changed role in business. So now I'm just trying to find my feet and get to like an easy part again. But I think one thing you realize is that if someone hasn't experienced that level of loss or like heartbreak, then you haven't experienced life. Because the reality is that it is a part of life. And you ask yourself the question that if you want to have like good times in life and good relations with people, you have to accept the opposite side.
Loving someone is the grief, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's huge though. That's a big thing, especially when it's, I mean, anyone passing away is huge, but when it's unexpected and she was so young.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's just strange to be honest when you think back. Like it was like a random like summer's day, and it was a day that my parents met my girlfriend's parents for the first time.
Really?
And I didn't invite her because I was just like nervous.
Oh.
Like I just hadn't thought to invite her, and then she messaged on the group saying, "Oh, you didn't invite me," but like tongue in cheek. She didn't care because she was going to like a podcast. And then, yeah, that night she went to a podcast, and then it's like 10:30. I was at home with my parents, and she rang saying, she rang my dad first. He was asleep. Then rang my mom, and she said, I just got home, like my chest is hurting. Something doesn't feel right. And I was like, I grabbed the phone off my mom. I said, "Mom, like, give me the phone." I said, "Oh, what were you saying?" She went, "Oh." And to me, it just sounded like anxiety. To me. So I said, "Look, just get off the phone and call 999 now, because it's just better to be safe." She was like, "Okay." And then she got off the phone, and then like 10 minutes later, she called back saying, "Mom, can you just come?" So I thought, okay, my dad was asleep. So I sent my mom in a taxi over to her flat, which was like 45 minutes away. And then when my mom got there, there was an ambulance outside, and my mom couldn't get in. And then when my mom finally got upstairs, like the ambulance was there doing CPR on my sister. And then my mom rang me and told me, and I was just like, you just go numb. It's like, you just like go completely numb. And then from that point on, it was just like a nightmare. But it's like I say, it's just one of those things that you can't really,
it's obviously going to have changed you as a person. How do you think it has?
You realize that tomorrow really isn't promised. You could be here today and gone tomorrow. So like all of a sudden you realize, oh, there's little shitty things that you cry and moan about. Does it matter?
Yeah.
Does it really matter? You really do have to just enjoy the day that you're in and just be around people that
Precious
you love.
Time.
Yeah? That you love and you enjoy spending time with. Because you don't know when it's going to end. One thing about my sister is like, what is just amazing about her is that she lived that life. She was like, she just didn't give a shit. She didn't care about calories. She didn't care.
That's the best thing you can do is live her life.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that you should go out and get drunk 3-4 nights a week. No, it's different for everyone. Like if I did that, I would ended up feeling shit. But it was that attitude that she actually did live like she could go. She actually did.
She lived bold.
Yeah, that weekend she was out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Just literally just during home house, like the members club.
Oh yeah.
She was there on Friday, there on Saturday. On the Saturday when she was there, I walked past and I thought, I wonder if she's in. So I called her. I said, she didn't answer. Got home an hour later. She went, hello. I was like, where? So I just walked past home house and she went, oh, I'm here, but I was on a date. I was like, it's too late now. I'm gone. I'm gone now. I'm not coming back now.
She's living the life.
She was living the life. So yeah, I think it's tough. It is tough. Like I think that's also like I was talking before about how I'm burnt out. The other side of that is work is an escape. It's not so much now, but in the early days, work was an escape because when I chucked myself into work, I didn't have to really think about anything.
I can relate to that. I think sometimes it's a double-edged sword, but if life outside of dentistry is heavy or you've got like chaos, because there is a pressure there, it's almost a positive, in a weird way. It's like there's a constant there every day and you cross that threshold and put your uniform on and you put your loops on, and especially when you're in a 3-4 hour procedure, you're almost meditative. You can't really think about too much more.
Well, do you know what? It's something to put your attention to.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is like, it's really interesting because like now that I'm going through it, like anyone who's going through it, I would always love to talk to, because you do go through a journey. Like the early days, I've never had anxiety before, but actually for the first time, like I got severe health anxiety. I've never been to the hospital, but 6 months after that, I was in the hospital 3 times. I ended up having a CT angiogram of my own heart. She had a heart attack. There was no history of any heart issues with her. We do have history in our family. My granddad died of a heart attack. My grandma died of a heart attack. My uncle died of a heart attack. So I went through some serious health anxiety. I used to have an aura ring, and when my heart rate used to go up to like 150, I'm like, oh no, I'm having a heart attack.
Not just in the middle of the day.
Just in the middle of the day. It happened loads. So only until I had that CT angiogram and they told me, look, there's nothing in your arteries, did I start to chill out a little bit. But there's one time I was doing a case. This is what I'm saying, like, even though it takes your mind off it, I was doing a case, and whilst I'm doing the case, my eyes go blurry. I'm thinking, strange. And my heart starts to race. Oh shit, what's going on? Is something happening to me? And I had a panic. Like, I'm the sort of person that'll never put a name to anything. I'm only saying it so people can understand what I'm saying. But when I look at it, the reality is, during that case, I was having what you'd call a panic attack. I thought something was happening to me. And what did I do? Nothing. I just carried on. And the amazing thing is, the case was fine.
Probably really great.
It was fine. But like, that's the kind of like anxious state you're in to begin with. And as time goes on, you realize, wait, I am okay. And you start to accept it a little bit more. From day one, I always accepted it. I always said, this happened. In my family, people didn't have that. My mom never had that. She was always asking why, but I just accepted it from day one. But we're lucky because like in my family, we have a lot of cousins, and my uncle, my aunties, my cousins were like so supportive for that. For that first year, we saw them all the time. Like they were there for us, and you really need that support.
Yeah, your mum and dad's grandchildren. Think of us when little ones come into their own.
Because they're just so ignorantly, naively happy. In their world is all just sunshine and rainbows. And even though they go through stuff, it's even sad to see them initially go through stuff. But really, day in, day out, they're fine. They're fine. They're like laughing. So like, especially for my parents are both retired. And my middle sister, she was like, my dad said, I felt like with you and your older sister, you were fine. You were kind of set.
You the little one?
I'm the little one. Harsha was the middle one. The oldest one is married and has kids. So Harsha was single. My dad had just helped her buy her flat in London. She literally just bought it. And he was like, even now he battles like saying, I don't really feel like I have a purpose anymore, because you're okay, your older one's okay, but I was looking after her. So like, that's the other side of it, is trying to support your parents. I'm trying to live my life, support myself, but support my parents, which is tough. still trying to figure it out, really.
Well, you've just been on holiday with them.
Yeah.
So those trips have to continue.
They're the best.
And so much more precious even now.
Yeah. They're do you know what the crazy thing is? Like in that like anxious state I was telling you about, I remember when we booked the holiday, things that go through your mind are like, is Dad gonna make it? That's the state that you get to. It's like, are we actually gonna be okay? Like, is something gonna happen to us before we even get to that holiday? Like I have kind of come out of that now, and I am more of the mind that what happens, but it's hard. It's hard. It changes you.
Well, it's just patterns, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got a brain. You see everything's absolutely fine, never thinking, and something comes out of the blue. You're gonna. Anyone would, I think. Do you think it's changed how you work? Not really.
No, it hasn't.
Because work's so separate for you.
Yeah, I would say I would say it hasn't changed. I'd say if anything, like I said before, like I get a rush, I get a good feeling out of doing good work and getting better. So like having that probably in the long run has been really good for me because it's given me some release. So I'd say like before seeing my family, doing socials was the best thing ever. Unfortunately, in that first few months or even a year or two afterwards, when I'm with my family, you don't have that same feeling anymore. So that safe space all of a sudden becomes actually a sad space.
Yeah.
Because there's that constant reminder, and it's that you're sat there and you might be okay, but then you look up and like Dad's crying, or Mom's crying, or now my sister's crying. So it probably the good thing about work, it has probably been that constant of where I can go and just kind of switch off and get some.
It's just you and a task.
Get some kind of good feeling from it. But it hasn't, like I said, it hasn't kind of made me think, all right, forget work. Let me go and like retire and live in Bali and do nothing. It hasn't done that.
Have you learned anything about yourself through it?
No, I don't know, actually. I wouldn't say, I don't feel like I've changed that much. I think it's maybe like look at stuff as a different way. But I think just before that, like moving to London, I went, and the journey of like graduating, and then since moving to London, I've matured in my own way anyway. I have realized that like that my value isn't what car I drive or like what watch I have. So I feel like I've already went through a journey of really understanding who I am and feeling confident in myself. And for that reason, I don't really feel like it's changed me that much.
Don't you think it's strange how at the beginning, it's all you can think about? Maybe not everything you can think about. When you can't have something, and then when you can afford it, you almost don't want anything.
Yeah. But I think it's sometimes you just look at yourself and you think, why did I feel like that when I had that? Like, for example, like I remember like I bought like a nice expensive watch, and I remember the feeling of putting it on. The second I put it on, I felt good. I'm like, how can I attach that to myself? That's crazy that was ever a thing. But it's fine. It's life. Like you're young. And you learn.
At the moment, it was nice, and that's what.
Yeah.
We worked really hard for something. You got it. Get some kind of
gratification from it. But then I think what I've realized actually is like confidence or feeling good is a mixture of just doing good things every day, doing what you told yourself you would do. So if you make yourself a promise, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow, I'm going to go 5 times this week, and you do it, you feel good. That's how I kind of feel like that's kind of made me confident. I've done what I've said I'm going to do.
I've been thinking recently when I'm in the gym, I feel prouder when I'm in the gym than I do at work.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's good. That's good, isn't it?
I don't know why.
Yeah. That's how you want it to be. This is what I'm saying. Like earlier on when you said, "Oh, like you're inherent," like this doesn't.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want someone to think either.
Yeah,
makes you a bit cringy.
It does, and like I think like fair enough. If that makes someone feel a certain way, then kind of great. But like for me, it's not. You shouldn't attach material things to your worth. That's the last thing you should do. I've done that before. Don't get me wrong, but like now, like my like adult state, no.
We all like a nice fragrance.
Yeah, okay. A few.
First thing I said when Josh sat down is, someone smells nice.
Yeah.
It's Josh. What is it?
Actually, do you know what we should? It's black tea, centric molecules.
I didn't think you were going to say that.
No,
What are
you
you
should
gonna
you
say?
should add like a little special segment when you go into someone's flat and like you look at their fragrance selection, or like look in their fridge.
I
Is that-
love fragrance.
Yeah.
I'd love to see in front of. I think you could tell a lot looking in someone's fridge.
Yeah, literally fridge
How
or
clean that
pantry.
house is.
Yeah, go in their bathroom, look in the
Hot take,
corners.
but if I was going to choose someone to look after my teeth or like a surgeon or something, I'd be picking the most immaculate surroundings and fridge.
Do you know what though? No, let me just say something about that. Then I say like you're either type A or type B
Yes,
personality.
one of my questions.
Okay, so Josh at work is type A.
Mm.
When I go to work, I get to work early. If I've got a patient at 9, I'm there at 8:30, 8:40 latest. If I get there 8:45, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
To the point where I'd even say like, I'm not taking them in yet and just need time to like settle.
Yeah, so you
Right.
don't like a rush in the morning.
I hate a rush in the morning. I'm very organized at work. I have everything in a certain way. Josh at home, type B, I don't. When my clothes come off, they go on the floor. They're off like a cow pat. Or like when I get out of bed, like, yeah, look, I've read that book, Make Your Bed. Just you're supposed to make your bed in the morning and set you up for a good day. I don't make my bed.
So you go against that, say
Yeah.
that how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
It isn't true. It actually isn't. Like I'm not, by the way, I'm clean. I'm not dirty, but I'm messy.
Not like half of grime in there.
No. I think probably like I have to give credit to my girlfriend actually. She's interestingly, she's type A at home, but she's type B at like work. That's really interesting.
It is.
Well, so
it is
far.
interesting.
I probably can't judge that yet because she's at uni. So like
So she's training to be a dentist.
she's training to be a dentist, yeah. So let's see like when she graduates. But I think because she is type A at home, it works very well for me, not for her. For me.
What advice have you given her as she's been going through?
Just she has like classmates and course mates who are like at uni, but like going to this course, going to that course, going to this conference. I'm like, ignore that. It's all noise. You're at uni, just enjoy your life.
Yes.
Get your degree. When your degree starts, just find what you enjoy doing. Like, forget all this, like, trying to get an Instagram following before you've started. It's
Imagine
just,
going and learning about like a translucent incisal edge and you've still not done VT.
but the thing is, the reality is at that point, you're not taking that in. And it's actually not suitable to take that in at that point.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you do graduate, you've got ideas of doing these translucent composites, and really you should be thinking about actually doing a composite filling that doesn't
Knocking
cause
someone up without hurting.
exactly.
Yeah. Foundations on.
Yeah. So I think like these days a lot of people like rush into all like the sexy stuff too much, don't they?
Did you always think you were going to be cosmetic when you were at dental school?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
From day one?
It wasn't cosmetic. It wasn't like cosmetic. It was composite because of the artistry involved.
Okay.
Because like the hand making essence of it. It was always composite. Like when we did your like class 4 composite, that's what I loved doing. That was my thing. I found exciting. But also my sister, she's a dentist, and she used to do at the time 6-month smile, bit of Invisalign and composite. And she used to show me her cases, like her like cosmetic cases. And I thought, that's really cool. It's like, that's quite satisfying. And so I always knew I was going to get into that, but I didn't get into it straight away. I started off doing general dentistry, built a portfolio, went on loads of courses, went on like a lot of like full mouth courses, not full mouth rehabs, but looking at like like
A bit more lateral.
yeah. So like Dawson Academy, another like full mouth course, composite courses, onlay courses.
Who was the composite anatomy course you once said to me you have to go on it?
So his name's Janos Mako, and he's a technician. And when I did it, it was a course that I went on in Budapest. Super cheap 3-day course. He doesn't speak English, so he has like a translator on the side. And you just spend 3 days. You start off by drawing teeth, carving teeth, building, and then you start building teeth like without clay and stuff. And obviously like enjoying like dentistry. It was fun. It was satisfying.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Were you that person at dental school?
No.
Would people predict you're going to be
No.
Really
no
good.
way, no way. I think, as I said before, like A levels, I knuckled down so hard. I didn't have any social life. Didn't go out. People were like going to house parties, and so when I went to uni, I went crazy. I went crazy at uni. I was out. This is the like. It's a shame that uni these days they don't do this, but these days no one goes out. We used to go out 6-7 days a week. Like I used to see you out every night at the uni.
I failed first year.
Did you? Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's the way to do it. I think life's like a series of stages, and I think like there's a rite of passage for each part of life. And I think if you miss a
I
part,
agree. Like there's chapters for knuckling down and being
Yeah.
serious, and it doesn't mean you're going to be any less of a professional when you get to that point. Like you're 18.
Mm,
I was shattered when I went to uni. Same kind of thing. I had to really work hard. I don't think I've ever worked as hard as for my A levels.
yeah, same.
House sitting for this lady, and they were away in Canada for 6 months.
Yeah.
So there was no heating. I had like a camp stove, a kettle, and I'd
Mad.
genuinely be in there doing past papers on repeat for 15 hours a day
Wow,
and just keep doing them until I got 100%. That's how I did my A levels.
that's crazy.
And I get to dental school and say, "Where's the past papers?" And they just laugh at you, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, my tactics out the window now."
So what were you like at dental school? Were you similar at dental school? Studied hard?
No,
No, yeah.
I struggled, if I'm honest. I think I had too much going on all at once. I think I was probably needed to grow up a lot. I was tired. I had like tonsillitis 5 times in the first few months because I'd probably pushed myself too much and then celebrated after A levels. But then you're in a flat, aren't you? New people. I think just everything's all at once. And dentistry is a brand new subject. I don't know.
So do you look
Took
at
me a
uni as
while.
in a positive light?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
great fun. Yeah.
I think of it positively because I think I got everything out of it I possibly could for a uni experience and a dental degree.
And I feel like Sheffield was amazing. Like Sheffield, you really had that like campus feeling.
It's definitely one of a kind, I think, in a way. Like, I'm from Sheffield, so I went out in Sheffield. That's probably another reason I struggled a bit because all my friends were still there who didn't go to uni.
Yeah.
We went out in Sheffield town, but then when you're at uni in Sheffield, no one goes into town.
Yeah.
It's all at uni.
Different world. Yeah.
I used to think that was really sad before I got there, and then I'm like,
It's the best thing ever.
oh, Octagon's amazing.
Yeah. You go into a night out, and you know everyone. It's like, oh, hello. Like,
Every single person in there, you know them for 5 years. It was special. And you're still friends, got a really good group of them from uni and more from London.
Yeah, I think it's kind of morphed. I think like with life, what you realize is that like your immediate social circle does shrink because everyone gets a little bit less time. It's harder to like keep up with each other, but we all keep in touch, and we still have like a core group, and we still go on holiday every year. We have like a lads holiday. Like it's just like something you have to have in the diary now. So yeah,
that's important, especially with boys.
I think it is really important to connect with people, isn't it? It's really important to have that like different, and like when you're in a boy group, like you have that like that chat, just like the banter. You need that silliness. You need a break sometimes from paying the bills and working and like progressing, because as soon as you're in that group, that same group, it just changes. It's like you're back at uni again. You're doing
this day will bring you down a peg or two again. Do you think you'd still do dentistry, Josh, if you won the lottery?
No.
No, straight answer.
No.
Not one little bit. You just said you don't know what to do on a day off.
No, but I would, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't stop working.
But you do something different.
Do something different. I always think of like cool business ideas. Oh, wouldn't it be cool to do this? Or they don't have this, like there should be that. If I had a serious bag of money, well, actually, if I lost it, it wouldn't really matter. If I did like 5 business things and only one made it, that'd be quite satisfying. But what I wouldn't do is sit in a room and just do like one thing for the whole time. I'd prefer to work in like a collaborative team, think of cool ideas, bring them to life.
Up.
Yeah, not
you're out in the world.
Yeah, it's just like just make something useful that someone doesn't do. I think like what's really satisfying is being creative and thinking of an idea, implementing it, and it happening.
just sounds like you'd be like an entrepreneur if you weren't a
Yeah.
dentist.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I did transition from being an associate to like being involved in the business, is because I wanted that side. I always had a, like, oh, let's try this or let's try that, and I didn't have like something to put it into. So no, I wouldn't be there doing like having my hands wet day in day out.
All the CQC stuff, and you've got millions in the bank.
Yeah.
Let's round it up so you can go and watch the match.
Yeah.
What advice do you wish you'd been given if you went back to day one?
I think a lesson that I learned pretty early and is not to compare yourself to other people. I never forget, like, I think we were probably 2 years out of uni, and one of my friends said to me, oh, I earned this month, and it was maybe like a third more than what I earned, and I felt really bad. I felt like I had a bad feeling inside of me. And then I'm the sort of person I learn from. If I get burnt, I learn from it. I thought, wait a second, why have I just got like a serious bad feeling just because he's earned more money? What has that got to do with me? That's him. And it just tweaked. From that point on, I do not compare myself to no one. I compare myself to myself. So that's my one piece of advice, is just stay in your own lane.
That's such a good one. No one said that yet.
Yeah. Because it can be so painful when you continue to compare yourself to other people, especially in this day and age where people are out there bragging, like chucking stuff on social media.
I was going to say about Instagram.
Yeah, where a lot of it's not even true. You need to have thick skin and just ignore it.
I'm glad it wasn't there, this whole Instagram dental world, when we were training.
Yeah. Yeah, because it might change the way you kind of, and maybe for that reason you can't blame these young uni
That's
students.
true. If we weren't, we never saw this like amazing work. We were just still putting amalgams in and learning about dentures.
Yeah. Our concern back in the day was, are we going to go to Corp tonight, or we're going to go to the Union? I feel like I
wasn't a Corp girl.
No, I wasn't either. I hated it. What was the drink? I feel like there was a certain
Quad
vods or whatever it was. No, I hated Corp. It was sticky and nasty.
It was nasty.
It was copulation on Monday. Remember that?
Population in the Union.
Yeah, I remember that.
Is that
Tuesday? I'm sure
Tuesday was Tuesday Club.
And then Wednesday was Sports Day, Raw. And then Thursday was...
You used to go to Embrace on a Thursday, I think. Or Jump at Plug.
Okay, never did that. I think I had Thursday off. Friday was Space?
Space. I used to love Space.
That was like the dental gathering. Every dentist went to Space. Yeah.
If I could go back and have one of those nights out in 2012 get up for £15 again for the whole night.
I feel like those things are always like great ideas, but if you go and do it, like, oh, it's just horrible.
Oh, yeah, we'd hate it. Pre-drinking. No, 1 or 2 nowadays. I'm an old lady. Right, Joss, we'll leave you to the match. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your time.
Enjoyed it.